What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, the E46 gets an even better upgrade. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Right over here, we have Eonon new in-dash car entertainment. We got a bunch more stuff that we're gonna be adding to this car. However, let me show you what we have in here. We have Eonon head unit. How do you upgrade the best thing with? You upgrade it with an even better thing. Here's a quick view of what I got. This is an Eonon E46A13 model, which means it has Android 13, wireless CarPlay, and I also got a digital amplifier to make the sound even better, crispier. This is a model A301. I highly recommend if you get this as well. But then also, while you add it and you're ready digging through a car, you might as well get these parts. This is a dash cam which will plug in right into your system and mount to your windshield, and you'll be right there. And I also got a rear backup camera since mine current one in the car is acting up. I am actually getting this, not this, so this will be fun to install. These two things I'll install a little bit later, but today main focus is installing this. So let me show you what's in the box. All right, here we go. One box, and pretty much you know what's in here. It's a cables, because BMW has a lot of these. Pretty cool. And here is a Android unit, which is slimmer than a previous model, which gives you more space in the back to install all those cables. So here's a unit. It's pretty dope. And the digital box is also looks like this. The sound goes through it. You can adjust your bass, mids, and then just leave this, like I would like to adjust it in the middle, and then because I'm not really crazy about bass in the car. And also comes with a wires, so it's basically plug and play. So we'll install this and see how she looks and how she does. All right, I actually want to run through these cables because it's pretty interesting how much stuff you get. So first of all, main connector. This is a cannabis, so you can control your Eonon head unit through the steering buttons and stuff. And it's also pre-wired for backup camera, for dash camera, for extra speakers, and also they give you extra USB cables so you can run them in the front, so you can plug stuff into Eonon interface. And then they also gave you a satellite, GPS, and a mic, but I never had to use this mic because the mic on the head unit was pretty awesome and pretty crisp. So this I never used, but we'll see how it works on that one. This digital sound system, how it works is you plug this cable, you run it from a head unit to this, and then this one plugs through your main cable, and then these plug to a car. So I'm going to show you step by step, but first let's take the old unit out and see how she looks. All right, inside my car, here is my old Eonon head unit. Nothing wrong with it. We're just upgrading it to wireless CarPlay since I've been using this. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. So we want something that you sit in a car and it connects automatically and has a wireless Apple CarPlay. That's freaking awesome. So I will show you how to install the new unit. Since I have an old Eonon ready unit in here, I will insert clips from my old install where I have to remove a ashtray and relocate this AC controller, which is pretty simple. So let's get into it. Let's take these things apart. Let's take this unit out and show you how it's done. To start, we're gonna go ahead and remove the trim. Already kind of got it loose, so it should come off. That one, this beautiful piece out of my way. And here we have two screws, one right here, one right there. Oh yeah, and because the screen is big, it's gonna take the space of these two things. I'm gonna have to relocate this thing down here, and to take this out, basically just open it up and pull it out, just like that. Sorry, I was in a light. Just pry this thing out, and just like that it comes out. Now just disconnect the wires in the back. But let me do this in two hands. AC controller is disconnected, and its new home is gonna be down here. I just have to push it in. It's gonna look nice though. Put that screen right here and this thing down here. Alright, so the next thing we gotta do is we gotta remove these 4 screws. Get this plastic trim out, and then we gotta remove this as well. Alright, first thing we are gonna do is remove this trim, which should pop it up. Alright, she's out. Don't look at that, my red clips are a little bit messed up. This unit also comes out like this. Alright, she's out. Remember how she goes? She doesn't slide in very well, so what you have to do is you have to pull it up like this so you can access the screws. And also remember this when you put it in the car. So we are gonna unscrew this unit right here. There is 2 Phillips screws that hold it. One on this side, and one is gonna be on this side. So now that I unscrewed a little bit, this thing should come out. So also when you put it in, you're gonna have to go like that and put it in behind, kind of flip top, so you can get to the screws, and then you're gonna push it in and put it back in. All right, here is the old head unit. As you can see, this bad boy is not a slim screen, so it is different. So I'm gonna plug all these connectors and I want to take it to the bench, show you the difference. Alright, next thing I want to remove is this shift boot, and then I want to remove this piece. There's 2 screws underneath it. Once I remove that, I should be able to slide it back. Okay, couple of connections down here, so I'm going to disconnect those bad boys. Instead of disconnecting it, I just basically pressed on those 2 clips and it came out. So what I want to do is remove these 2 screws and this whole thing will come out. The only reason I'm doing that because I want to run my new USB cables through here, because it's a different connection on the new unit. Alright, so next thing is what I want to do is I want to pop out the AC controller, which is very easy and simple, just literally comes out. And then there's 2 more screws up here. I just want to pull these cables out, no need to do extra work. And that's how I will put my new cables in there too. Here you can see ashtray. All right. This is my backup camera. Alright, so next step is I'm going to run my USB cables, because I want them inside this ashtray or whatever this thing is, little pocket. They're hidden. So basically what I'll do is run them up here. They'll plug back of the head unit, and same thing with this one. This little guy, it's USB Apple CarPlay, just in case the viral ones doesn't work. So we'll plug it in like that, and this will go into the ashtray. This is my, goes back with the head unit. So now we're just gonna do the same thing, is we're gonna run it right in here through this hole, just like that, just like that. And the reason why I tape them, or you can zip tie them, is that I don't want them to slide out when I'm driving or something else like that. So next thing is I can go ahead and put this guy back since I'm done with it. Make sure my AC controllers are back up here, and we're gonna connect it back into the AC, and this thing should be done for all the cables that I need to run down here. So make sure none of these cables came undone. Perfect. So let's just reinstall it. and call this step done. Like that. Alright, next thing is I want to connect this guy back up because I don't need him disconnected anymore. It's basically plug and play on all these cables, so we can set this bad boy in perfectly how she's supposed to sit. Just like that. So now for the new head unit in here, and we will be done. Alright, let's compare these two head units. As you can see, this one seems like it's a little bit wider, but I don't think it is. The same screen, just a different design. Also, the plugs are very different since this one has so many more options for you to run on your car, which is really cool. So now we are gonna plug this bad boy in, put it behind the dash, and see how she operates before we put everything back together. I got everything connected. This is how it runs from your Android unit. It goes out to digital Soundbox and comes out. I eliminated a few things that I don't need. For example, these bad boys and these bad boys, which I think they're part of the navigation system if you have in your Beamer, which mine doesn't have any special, just the basic sound. But I wish it didn't come with this connector because it would be like less space in the back. This is what I kind of need, but this will work fine. So now we are just gonna try to plug everything in, and I do like how everything is kind of like plugs into the back of the head unit right here. So let's install it. Let's see if it works before we plug everything in. All right, we're gonna do the first start out of the car, make sure everything works and it's connected. It looks like she is running up. Get rid of this light. First initial start is usually slow. Gotta get the whole system boot up. Whoa, wow. Wow. Wow, the sound is crisp, yo. Oh yeah. Alright, I tested everything, works perfect. This box, what I found out is just you leave it right in the middle. You don't mess with it, just leave it in the middle, because if you go past the middle, it will kind of give you a little bit of a static. So without further ado, keep it in the middle, and trust me, it's a difference. I tried it without and with, and it is almost like a theater sound system when you have this thing plugged in. So everything else will be plugged in back in here. My USB cables are ran. My navigation thing right here, GPS, is just glued on top right here because it works fine. You don't need to put it on the dash. The signal is pretty strong. Tested the mic in the front. Awesome, like always. You don't have to run extra wires for the mic. Mic up front works perfect. It's crisp and clean. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug all these back in here and put everything back in there. I'll do a time lapse because you already know how it is like when you take it out. So thanks. Alright, before I button everything up, which is pretty easy, pretty simple, I want to show you how I put a digital sound box. I zip tied it so it doesn't interfere with the flap door, and I also jammed it like that. Actually, it's a perfect fit, so if you stand up vertically underneath that metal pipe, it fits like a glove. Awesome. So let me button everything else up and let's play with the sound and menu. Alright, everything is buttoned up, and when you turn the key on, I have it on a CarPlay, so this is how it starts up for me right now. It's connecting. I mean, you can get out of the screen if you don't want to be there. You can go do something else. But this is the main screen of home. I guess you can change these down here. You can basically remove them, set them on, put different things down there. Let's say I want a Chrome down there. It's added. This bad boy over here is where you go to all your apps. I haven't downloaded any of them yet. I haven't logged into my Google account yet. No Wi-Fi setup. But I just want to basically show you how crisp, how good it looks, and how great it sounds. I will have to find a sound that is not copyright so I can play that for you guys. Basically, Bluetooth is here. Let's just go through it again. There's an equalizer, so you can set a different loudness. I have mine, I can have it on off, on low, on anything. As you can hear, there is no sound coming, no static coming out of it. So you can play with these, change them how you want them, adjust them, do them custom, do everything. There's a lot of, you can position where you want it centered, and all the good stuff, man. It has a lot of things to play with. So car info, I'm not sure what this is. I have to figure this out, but I did notice, like, when I got in the car and opened the door showed the door was open, which is kind of cool. Let's see, I'm not sure if this works or not. I would have to see, open the door shows it's open, closed, it's gone. It's pretty good unit. Internet, hotspot tethering. I just want to see if I can figure out, there's also side menus where you can bring anything up, your old open things up. So let's bring, like, let's say the CarPlay. This thing is freaking awesome, has everything that you want. Like, I have music, I have everything here. What's up, even that thing works.
Just send a message.
So there's Pandora. Alright, here is controllers. They work by the sound system in it. She bumps. The digital Soundbox is a must, and I actually played with it a little bit. I got things that I want down here. So basically, this maps things can go away based on you trying to change the screen. So you could display, you can put Netflix if you want right here. I'm not sure why would you do that. Who does that? Driving or YouTube, you could have a YouTube, you could have the maps. I haven't logged into it yet, so that's why it doesn't show as much. Basically, this is your main thing when you click on a dashboard, and you can change the background, you can change the color of the buttons right here, basically by panel color lights. So you can play with that. I like the BMW color, which is kind of like reddish orange, like right there. And then yeah, it's pretty good. However, I did like the old display on the other monitor way better than this one. This one is kind of a little bit all too much, but anyways, I'm just gonna be using a Apple CarPlay, so it doesn't really matter how she looks or what she does. But yeah, so she is dope. Yep, that concludes the install, and this thing is absolutely epic. I love it. That Eonon head unit is absolutely worth every single penny, so I suggest you guys get the same thing and make sure you do the add-ons, because I definitely want to have the rear backup camera and a dash camera working from my head unit. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and see my other videos.